Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a brew built around Vivi and Mimeoplasm Infinite combo here. Now, if you don't know what Vivi does, it has this ability that you can pay 0 mana to add X mana in any combination of blue or red, where it's X is its power, and you can activate only during your turn and only once each turn. And then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, deal 1 damage to each opponent. This card is being used in Standard and other formats. It's very, very powerful. There's a lot of cool combos and stuff you can do with it. This is kind of janky in some sense, but also kind of interesting that you can go infinite with Vivi and the Mimeoplasm, the new one that was an Aether Drift, which is this 3 mana ooze with X, and it says when it enters, you exile up to X creature cards from your graveyard, and if it enters with 3 +1/+1 counters on it for each creature exiled this way. Then 2 mana, it becomes a copy of target creature card exiled with it, except it's 0/0 and it has this ability. So the way that this works is that if you have Vivi in the graveyard, and then you cast Mimeoplasm for 1 and you exile it, then you'll need 2 additional mana to pay this, so 6 total mana to turn Mimeoplasm into Vivi. Then it has this ability. You can pay 0. Its power will be 3, so you can get 3 mana of blue or red. And then you can use this ability again, the 2 mana ability, to make it become a copy of Vivi again, which will then reset its ability, essentially. So you're netting 1 mana every time you're doing this, if X is 1 here. So you basically just need to have a Vivi and then cast this and have 6 mana, or have an Enigma Jewel, which can pay the 2 mana for the Mimeoplasm. Essentially needing 4 lands plus Enigma Jewel to go off and go infinite. So this creates an infinite amount of blue or red mana into your pool, and then basically just cast your entire deck and win that way. So you have all these cards that sort of draw and discard. The Winternight Stories draws and discards. Stock up, of course, can find the pieces that you need here. The Roiling Dragonstorm, Opt, Sleight of Hand, and Collector's Vault I'm playing. This is nice because it can kind of accelerate you into the 6 mana that you need for Mimeoplasm. It can help you draw and discard to put Vivi into the graveyard, and then also works nicely with the Enigma Jewel here. So having the Enigma Jewel on 1 and Collector's Vault on 2 is really nice kind of combo that helps you accelerate and dig through your deck at the same time. So that's pretty cool. And then again, the Enigma Jewel is to help you pay the 2 for the Mimeoplasm, so you could do this essentially 2 turns earlier. You can even do it on turn 3 if you get quite lucky. If you go Enigma Jewel on 1, Collector's Vault on 2, make a treasure. Turn 3, then you have a treasure and 3 lands. If you had discarded Vivi and you have Mimeoplasm, you can play the Mimeoplasm and then use the Enigma Jewel that you already also have in play to start the combo and go infinite on turn 3. That's, you need 4 specific cards, but you can do that. Otherwise, turn 4 or later, you can go infinite with this combo. And then we also have one of the Choco-Comet, just because, well, it gives you some assurance that you're going to be able to do as much damage as you want with this combo. So you're just kind of digging for this. Eventually you'll find it, or if it's already in your hand, you just generate infinite mana and do infinite damage to your opponent with the Choco-Comet. I have 4 Duress in here. The first game I played it in, had more dig in there, but I realized probably want some discard. We are playing black because Mimeoplasm you need black mana for anyways, so having a way to look at your opponent's hand and discard their removal spell is quite powerful. You could play some other like protection spell, that could be another option, but Duress lets you just like look at their entire hand and see if it's safe to combo off, basically, for playing against a removal heavy deck. So that's the idea with the Duress. Yeah, mana base is a bit of a mess. We're kind of playing 4 colors. It's mostly 3 colors. I put a few red lands in here in case you wanted to cast the Vivi or the Comet earlier. You can also cast it off of Collector's Vault, and Starting Town is really nice in this deck because it taps for any color. And just a bunch of duels here to try to fix the mana. mostly focusing on blue mana because that's what most of the deck is. So that is the mana base. That is the combo. Let's see if we can go infinite in standard with Vivi and Mimeoplasm. Okay, opponent goes first. This hand, yeah, has what we need. So give it a keep. And land realms, sure. Okay, guess we'll just start here. Find, ooh, Enigma Jewel is actually pretty good as well. Get that down. And then Collector's Vault. Mimeoplasm. Okay. Let's go starting town. I think we'll just play the Jewel here. Get our mana, and then we can go Collector's Vault next turn. And then kind of go nuts after that. We'll see. So I'm starting town. At the vault. And pass. So hopefully they tap out. Alright. Origins. And then we can go Mimeoplasm on our Vivi and go infinite here. But they have mana up. Okay. There is that. Well, we could play out the Vivi. We think they have a removal spell. We could just ditch a land or something and play out the Vivi. I like that attempt. Maybe try to bait a removal spell with the Vivi. Okay, didn't get removed. Because they held up mana for some reason. Instead of attacking with the Laneware Elves. Well, now I have to find a way to get it in the graveyard. Let's see. Leyline Binding. Ah, okay, that's what they're holding up. I see. Okay. So that would have been kind of bad if they had Leyline Binding on the Mimeoplasm. See if we can find another. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a stock up. Maybe just ditch the land here. Stock up. See if we can find another Vivi. No, just some more. Hard filtering. Use the vaults. Okay. Just pass. Alright, so we need to get a Vivi in the grave. Treacherous Insight, okay. Interesting. Yep. Alright, they're tapped out, so this is our chance to try to get it go here. Alright, let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't really have that much room here. Let's see, Vivi? No. There's a stock up. Maybe I do want the land though. Discard there. Let's try a stock up. There's one. Okay. Let's just pass. I go for it next turn. Fortunately, that might have been our window. Yep, summon. Actually, they are tapped out now, so they're gonna blow up something. Alright, response. I'm going to use this and ditch the Vivi. Now we should be good to go. Let's see, they have one green up, I guess. So I'm trying to be as quick as I can with this combo. And pay the 2. And add blue, blue, blue. And make it a copy. And just keep doing this. We generate a bunch of mana. Six mana. It gets quicker once you start to play spells. So let's do that. Go stock up, and I'll ping them. Find any spells. Oh, well, that wasn't spells, but okay. Let's see. Keep adding mana. And just keep doing this for a bunch of mana. Alright, we'll go Winternight Stories. Ditch a Vivi. Let's see. Keep doing this for mana. Eventually, okay. Well, they gave up. That's good. Eventually, we'll just go infinite mana and then play the Choco-Comet. This helps to play some spells before you get more mana. Makes the loop a little faster. But yeah, that's how it goes. Alright, GG. Okay, so I added some Duress into the deck. We'll see how this goes. And looks okay. Got Vivi. So that's good. Okay, we'll opt. Sure, keep that on top. Seems like a fine play. Sure what I'm up against. Blue, red. Ooh. Need another land here. Guess I'll just put it in the graveyard. Didn't hit the land. Let's see if we can find it. There's the land. Midnight Stories can go. Land and Enigma Jewel. Blue, red. Opt. Okay. Great catcher. Okay. So this is some blue-red list. Do I go for it? They could have a bounce spell, but that's the only thing they could really have. Yeah, I go for it. They have it, they have it. Not the end of the world, I guess. Let's see if they're gonna let that resolve. Yep. Alright, so let's see if we can do this as fast as possible. Get a bunch of mana. Yep. And just keep going. And let's see. Exploding. Okay, so let's just go stock up. Well, there's a comet. Okay, that should make this much faster. Just keep going. Bunch of blue. Bunch of blue. And bunch of blue. And a bunch of blue. The only thing I can think of is Spell Pierce that they could have. So I'll just make enough mana that Spell Pierce isn't a thing. Blue. Let's see. Going. Okay, so let's go red, red, blue, blue. Comet for 19. And I guess it pings him for 1. Shore up, nice. Very good. Alright, GG. Nice, nice. On to the next one. Okay, opponent goes first. This hand looks pretty good. Might want to save the Duress. That looks like a... I think I'll just save it. For... yeah, this looks like a reanimator list. Raise the past kind of thing going on. Let's go vault, I think. Yeah. Get the collector's vault down and then look for kind of accelerate us and also look for our other pieces here. Okay. Let's see what we hit. We ditch that one, or should we just ditch the Vivi? Maybe just ditch the Vivi. It's fine. Good Duress. Not sure what they have, or could have. 1, 2, 3. I guess I'll play this. We want to save the mana, though. We can go turn 4. And turn 5, we can go off, potentially. Let's pass for now. Okay, 13. And nothing. Okay. Stock up. We stock up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's stock up. Okay. Sleight of Hand, maybe? Play another Sleight of Hand this turn. Duress. I don't know if we need the Duress. Another land is good too. Sleight of Hand and land, maybe? We have a green source. Yeah, the treasure can be a green source. Okay, let's try this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we just really need to find Mimeoplasm. Let's see if we can. Nope. Alright, didn't find it. Yep, down to 8. Still not threatening lethal. So we keep looking for Mimeoplasm, I guess. There it is. And Enigma Jewel. Do we need another land for some reason? We can Duress here. Enigma Jewel. Not do anything for us. One Duress. I'm gonna Duress this turn. Anyways, so maybe take another land. Because we got... Could have everything lined up next turn. We could also just do it all in one turn. Let's see, wait, if we play the land, we'll have 5, and then we'll have 6 next turn, plus 7. Yeah, so maybe we should just do that. And do everything in the same turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So we can go Duress plus Mimeoplasm. Doesn't seem like... Yeah, we'll just pass. And ditch Collector's Vaults. Helping Hand back Gorehound. Okay. Sure, gain some life. Beefs up the Amalia. And leaves something on top. Okay. Down to 3. Okay. Alright, well, let's make sure they don't have any removal. And hopefully not, like, multiple removals. Alright, that's the Get Lost that we were afraid of. And, yeah, let's do it. Mimeo for 1. Vivi. Alright. And turn into Vivi. Make blue mana. So try to be quick here with this combo. Make a bunch of blue mana. We know that they don't have anything. So let's see. Let's go Sleight of Hand. Mostly just trying to find the comet here. Stock up. Okay, this will make us make blue mana much quicker. Alright, let's go stock up. And they give up. Alright. Very nice. We'll just go through our whole deck and ping them with Vivi as well. So, GG. Okay, on the play, this hand looks pretty good. Or okay, at least. Let's start with the opt here. Do that. End of turn. Looking for a Vivi. Let's put that in the bottom. Okay, there's stock up. There it is. There it is. Alright, Collector's Vault. Okay, looks like green-white tokens of some kind. Let's see, let me plan out when I want to use the Duress. So if I go Collector's Vault, that will put me up to, this will be 5 mana, so I can't quite do it there. So, could stock up here, just to stock up, but I feel like if I find, you know, actually if I find, let's just use colorless. If I find exactly, no, it's just Vivi. Hold on to the Duress, I think. See if I can do it all in one turn. Protect my Mimeoplasm. Or the turn before. Okay, there's tokens. And there's an elf. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I use the vault, should be good to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6. Blue. Yeah. If I use a vault, I can Duress and Mimeoplasm in the same turn. Just use it now. And might as well play this, I think. Oh, there's the Enigma Jewel. Okay. Pitch the land, and I guess I could play it. I need, let's see, this will be my green mana. Let's just play it. Blue, green, and black. Yep, okay. Blue, green, and black, and black. Okay, I have enough here to do everything next turn. If I'm still alive. This pumps everything. This is 4. Go to 2. Alright. Well, let's see. Although, am I going to take damage from this? Too much damage? Blue. Blue, black, green. If I use this, then I will die, actually, from my mana. So I just have to hope they don't have anything. And I can't think of anything for 1 mana that they would have. So Just have to make sure this doesn't use this. Okay, so let's go black mana. This will be green, blue, colorless. Actually, I could have. Anyways, it's all good. Could have used this to make a treasure too to prevent the life loss. Alright. So let's go infinite mana. And see what we can do. Opponent is giving me the snooze, I agree. Not the most fun combo to pull off either. Alright, stock up. Finds this and this. Now we can make a lot more mana. For activation. Let's go Roiling Dragonstorm. Draw, discard. Alright, Sleight of Hand. Let's see if we can find. There's Midnight Stories. Good, good. Okay. Running out of stuff. So let's use this. Ooh, there's stock up. Let's ditch the Enigma Jewel. And going. This is where we have to like Ops, Duress, I guess. Hopefully we don't run out of time. There we go. Alright. So, should be fine. I think we have enough mana, don't we? 14? Yeah, okay. 15, and got him. GG. At 1 life. Close one. And got there. Alright, welcome back to the wrap-up for our Vivi Mimeoplasm Infinite combo deck. This one was pretty sweet. Got to go off and get infinite mana and just win the game by essentially drawing your whole deck, getting the Choco-Comet. The addition of Duress, I think, was pretty good, just to make sure you have a clear path to go infinite here. You know, how competitive is this deck? Well, it's interesting if you compare it to like the Omniscience deck. It is sort of like a 2-card infinite mana combo. The difference is sort of you can, well, use the mana for activated abilities and X spells, which is useful to some degree. But both of them kind of, you know, win the game once you get the infinite mana pretty easily. This is sort of like a 3/4 color deck, so that can be kind of an issue with the mana base. I'm not 100% sure on the mana base. I think you could configure it differently to optimize it, but seemed to work well enough overall. But the interesting part of this combo is that both halves are castable, essentially. You can cast the Vivi and just, you know, use it to do damage and generate mana as you kind of cantrip through your deck, which is useful and probably will draw a removal spell. Problem is, if it gets exiled, then you really don't want that, so you much prefer to discard it. in the games, I just went for the combo, but I could imagine playing out the games differently with just playing out the Vivi and just baiting out removal spells that way. But Duress kind of also works to get rid of removal spells. But you could also play this in just a different shell as well with other kind of infinite mana outlets that you could use besides Vivi and Mimeoplasm. The Choco-Comet is pretty good, but you could play it with a bunch of other creatures that have activated abilities or things like that, and kind of go infinite from there. But kind of just went for the most consistent, I thought would be the most consistent way to set up the combo and go off and sort of win with it. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about this combo. Pretty interesting. Pretty cool that there's another new infinite mana combo in Standard. At least I find that fascinating and interesting. And Vivi, I think, is certainly going to find its way into competitive decks one way or another. Just a matter of finding the best shell for it, for sure. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.